You know, as Black Americans, when we say Black history, what we're doing is we're actually denying our own Americanness. Meaning, Black history is American history. And because we've allowed the liberals to dub it Black history and not call it history and just incorporated it into regular history that they teach everybody all year round, apparently, except for February, because that's when the nigga history gets taught, right? Instead of incorporating our history into American history, they keep it separate and give them the shortest month of the year and call it Black history. What that does is that separates Black people, subconsciously causes Black people to separate themselves from America, the America that they helped build, that they helped create from the time of slavery to the present day. They were always Black tradesmen, Black craftsmen, Black builders, Black business owners, Black investors, just like they were white ones, Asian ones, Hispanic ones. But why are the Black ones so special? The Blacks were slaves. They were white people that were slaves all around the world. There were other groups that were slaves, but you don't hear people in fucking Ireland talking about Irish History Month and none of that bullshit. They have their St. Patty's days, their St. Patty's Day. They drink their fucking whiskey, they get fucked up, play their flutes, and go home. But the whole Black history thing is a load of bullshit, and it just feeds into the divisionism. It feeds into the black white separation because now, because we have our Black history, only the Black people can speak on it, and white people who try to disagree with some of the bullshit they teach us in Black history, because they teach us a lot of bullshit, you know, like the Nation of Islam killed Malcolm X when it was the Democratic Party and LBJ that killed Malcolm X. But that's a different story. When white people stand up and say, look, Black people, this Black History Month shit, they're feeding you a load of crap. They're only giving you half the story. They're not telling you about other prominent Black people. You know what the Black people say? Oh, this is our month. This is our history. You're white. You can't speak on that. You're not qualified to speak. And there goes the black white separation. When, once again, like I said in my last stream, here comes a white American, because white people have been awake in this country for much longer than the Black people. Because when the Black people were slaves, and many of them were satisfied being slaves because they were too afraid to make a life for themselves on their own without depending on massa. They were groups of white people working tirelessly to end slavery and give these Black slaves freedom and a chance to live and be real Americans. All the while, many of them didn't want that freedom, wanted to stay on the plantation, and even told on the other Black slaves who were trying to escape the plantation. But they want you to believe that the white man's the devil and the black man's God, and we have our own history, and our history is American history. I don't do Black history. I don't do Black History Month. Kwanzaa. What the fuck is Kwanzaa? I don't do Kwanzaa. Half you Black people in America, you niggas ain't even African. Y'all are Native Americans, copper colored people. And a lot of the Black Africans mixed and mated and reproduced with the natives. Thus, we have these mixed people that kind of have hair like mine, but they Black people. They come from a long line of dark-skinned Black people, but they are the natives. And that's why when you look at these Black cities, the amount of Native Americans it's a very tiny population, because they're only counting the red skin Indians. They're not counting the black skin Indians, because the black skin Indians don't fucking know they're Indians. You know why they don't know they're Indians? Because there's a lot of benefits that this government gives to Native Americans. And once Black people find out that they're Indian, that they might have Indian ancestry, and they do their genealogy or the DNA or however the fuck they figure that shit out, and they can prove, pretty clearly that they are descended from natives, they have no African roots, they weren't brought here on a boat, then guess what? They're now entitled to the benefits that the redskin Native Americans are getting. Thus, the government would have to fork over a lot of money. So I kind of get why they're covering up and hiding it from the people. But the sad thing is they're using other Black people to do it, like those conscious community fools that with their out of Africa, RBG, Black Power bullshit, white man's the devil bullshit, when we didn't all come from Africa, but they have to sell us the out of Africa theory because they don't want you guys to know who the fuck you really are. But because they don't want you to know who you really are. And now you don't know who you really are. Now they can sell you bullshit like Black History Month and Kwanzaa. When half that shit doesn't even, when Kwanzaa, one, doesn't even apply to the majority of you guys. Two, Black History Month what it does is it celebrates separatism, is what it does. It's a celebration of separateness, like we are separate from you. When Black people fought and died to end segregation, here we are segregating ourselves all over again. Rapper 10,000 says Wakanda does not want these ignorants. Nope. Yeah, Smurf. I know the white man ain't the devil, man. That's just conscious community bullshit that they say. But that's what the elites want. Oh, thank you, Angel Munez. Thank you for that, brother. Yeah, man. Angel Munez variety show in the house. Angel was on the panel last show, and he was an awesome guest. Yeah, they don't talk about Black conservatives during this month. Plus, they insult Charles McGee, one of the Tuskegee Airmen, by not standing and honoring the man. Yeah, Black History Month, shitting on Black folks. Fucking. And then these Black fools are gonna still go out and vote for these fucking Democrats because they hate Trump so much. Anybody but Trump, even the people that will ruin our country, take away our guns, take away our freedom of speech, murder our babies. Anybody but Trump, because Trump is bad because he tells the truth. And this is why they keep fucking losing.